The jungle air hung heavy, thick with the scent of decay, and something primal, ancient. Sunlight strained through the dense canopy, casting flickering shadows on the damp forest floor. In the distance, a low, guttural tremor echoed through the undergrowth, sending shivers down your spine. This wasn't your typical safari. Here, the big game wasn't lions or elephants. This was a lost world, untouched by time, where forgotten creatures still stalked the shadows. More than 99% of all extinct species have never been found. Some are honored, such as the fiercely well-known Tyrannosaurus rex dinosaur. Others are less well-known, such as Cavnina, an old system of piled cones. However, as life has proceeded to spin off more of the endless forms most beautiful and most wonderful, extinction has functioned as the opposite of evolution, since the biota of our planet has been constantly changing. We will start with humongous dragonfly. It's typical to get buzzed by large dragonflies throughout the summer. Now picture the same scenario involving an insect that is comparable and has a wingspan of more than 2 feet. Whitfield notes that Meganeura, one of the biggest members of the griffinfly family, which resembles dragonflies and flourished some 300 million years ago, is that big. Insects were able to breathe more easily because to more oxygen, which make up a larger portion of the atmosphere than it does now. It's also possible that this increased oxygen changed air pressure, giving flying arthropods like Meganeura a little extra lift with each flap of their wings. Then we have turtle from the dawn of time. Among the most ancient groups of reptiles are turtles. Progonoceles resembled its contemporary counterparts by 210 million years ago, having developed from the oldest of its type 260 million years ago. According to Whitfield, Progonoceles had a beak and a fully developed shell, covering both its belly and its back. Nonetheless, this extinct reptile retained several characteristics not found in its extant counterparts, such as a club tail coated in spikes that would have aided in self-defense. Up next on our list is Toothy sea creature. Fantastic saurians lived in the oceans during the vast age of reptiles, when dinosaurs controlled the land. Lioplurodon, a 23-foot-long marine reptile that lived about 145 million years ago in the Jurassic Sea, was one of the biggest. Lioplurodon belonged to a subgroup with huge heads and short necks, which allowed the carnivore to pursue enormous prey, in contrast to many other plesiosaur members that had tiny heads and long necks. Whitfield claims that the animal, equipped with 4-inch fangs and able to bite with great force, might have killed whatever it managed to snatch in its mouth. Next on our list is mysterious carnivorous beast. Andrewsarchus could have been the biggest carnivorous animal to have ever existed. The issue is that, according to Whitfield, no further fossils have been found in almost a century, leaving us with only a foot and a skull's worth of information about this meat-eating beast. However, based on comparable species, Andrewsarchus appears to have been about rhino-sized, slaying prey with large jaws, more akin to a massive wolf than a cat. With any luck, further fossils will shed light on these 45-million-year-old mysteries. Now we will discuss hatched from huge eggs. Not every enormous and magnificent creature comes from a bygone era. A few of them were really recent residents. Whitfield points out that different species of elephant birds were present in Madagascar up until around a millennium ago. Some of these flightless birds reached heights of over 10 feet and weights of over 140 pounds, all on an island devoid of major predators. Larger than even the largest non-avian dinosaurs, their eggs were enormous, and the void left by them is still apparent. Elephant birds dispersed seeds through their droppings, contributing to the ecosystem's vitality as herbivores. As with all extinct species, the environment in which they existed was altered by their departure. Lastly, we will talk about Ferocious chomper. To have a sense of Dunkleosteus' appearance, picture a great white shark with a staple remover for a mouth. In its prime, some 420 million years ago, this armored fish was one of the largest and most ferocious carnivores in the ocean, with enormous jaws composed of sharpened bone plates. This predator cut through other armored fish rather than devouring like sharks do. Whitfield points out that estimates of the animal's bite suggest Dunkleosteus may have bitten with a force of more than 1,100 pounds. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more content like this. Feel free to leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below.